Okay, so your side hustle is starting to cook. That freelance gig, that business idea, it's actually happening. And that's awesome. But it also brings up a really, really important question. What's the right legal setup for this thing? Because believe me, the choice you make between a sole proprietorship and an LLC can have a huge impact on your taxes, your personal risk, and where your business can go from here. So let's dive in and break it all down.
Just picture it for a second. That little project you started is now bringing in some serious cash. Your clients are thrilled, the orders are rolling in, and you're starting to think, wait a minute, this could actually be a thing. But right behind that awesome feeling of success, you'll find new responsibilities and new risks. That super simple setup you started with might not be the right armor for the battles ahead.
All right, here's a fun fact that most people have no idea about. You might have already started a business without even realizing it. Seriously, the second you earn your first dollar selling a service or a product on your own, boom, in the eyes of the law, you've created what's called a sole proprietorship. That's right, if you haven't gone to the state and filed a bunch of official paperwork, you are by default a sole proprietor. It's the most common business structure out there for one simple reason. You don't have to do anything to create it. You just start working.
Now, if you remember one thing from this whole explainer, make it this. With a sole proprietorship, there is zero legal distinction between the business and you, the owner. Legally, financially, the law sees you and your business as the exact same entity. Just let that sink in for a second. No legal distinction. Because that one little phrase is the key to all the good and all the bad.
And this is why so many of us start here. It is, without a doubt, the easiest and cheapest way to get your idea off the ground. You usually don't have any state filing fees, you are the boss with a 100% control, and taxes are about as simple as they get. You just report your business income and expenses on a little form called a Schedule C that you attach to your personal tax return. Easy peasy.
But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? That beautiful simplicity comes with a massive trade-off, a really big one. As your business grows, as you start taking on bigger clients and more complex work, your risks grow right alongside it. And this is where that whole no legal distinction thing comes back to bite you.
This is the absolute heart of the issue. Because the law sees no difference between you and the business, any debts the business racks up, or any lawsuits it faces, well, those are your personal debts and your personal lawsuits. There is no separation. None.
And this is where it gets scary. Let's say a client sues your business, or you can't pay back a business loan. Well, the people you owe money to can come after your personal stuff. We're talking your house, your car, your personal savings account to get what they're owed. For a growing business, that is a terrifying risk, and it's one that most entrepreneurs eventually decide they can't afford to take.
So what do? How do you protect yourself without drowning in complicated paperwork? For a ton of people, the answer is to level up their business structure. And that level up is called the Limited Liability Company, or what we all know as the LLC.
An LLC is exactly what it sounds like. It limits your personal liability. And how does it do that? It creates a brand new legal entity that is totally separate from you, the owner. It's the complete opposite of a sole proprietorship. It's you, and then over here, it's the business. Two different things.
The best way to think about it is like building a legal firewall. An LLC puts up a solid wall between your business finances and your personal finances. This protective barrier has a name, actually. It's called the corporate veil.
Now, with an LLC in place, that scary scenario from before looks totally different. That corporate veil acts like a shield. If the business gets into trouble, the problem stops at the business. Lawsuits are against the business's assets, not your personal savings account. And honestly, this protection is the #1 reason people form an LLC.
But hey, the perks don't stop there. LLCs have this amazing tax flexibility. You can even choose to have your LLC taxed as what's called an S corporation, which can potentially save you a bundle on self-employment taxes. Plus, let's be real, having LLC at the end of your business name just looks more legit. It gives you a level of professionalism and credibility that can help you land bigger clients and better deals.
Okay, so we've looked at the super simple start of the sole proprietorship and the powerful protection of the LLC. Now for the big question. How in the world do you choose which one is right for you right now? Let's lay it all out. When you see them side by side like this, the trade-offs are pretty clear, right? When it comes to protecting your personal assets, the LLC is the hands-down winner, no contest. But for setup costs and just day-to-day simplicity, the sole proprietorship is way easier and cheaper. So here's the bottom line. A sole proprietorship is perfect when you're just starting out testing a low-risk idea.
But the second your business starts to get real traction, the protection and flexibility of an LLC become incredibly valuable.
Now, setting up an LLC can sound a little intimidating, but it's really not that bad. It's a pretty straightforward process. You've got to pick a unique name, file a document called Articles of Organization with your state, name a registered agent, that's just a person or service who can accept legal mail for you, and get a free EIN from the IRS, which is basically a social security number for your business. And then, and this is so important, you have to open a separate business bank account to keep that legal wall strong.
Beyond all the legal and tax stuff, there's also just perception. Like this person on Reddit said, forming a real company sends a signal to the world. It tells potential clients, partners, and even yourself that you're taking this seriously. It shows you're not just a hobbyist anymore. You're building a real, lasting business.
So really, it all boils down to this. Your business structure is the foundation you're building everything else on. The question you have to ask yourself is, are you building a small deck just to see how it feels? Or are you laying the foundation for a skyscraper? A sole proprietorship is great for that deck, but for serious long-term growth and protection, an LLC gives you a much, much stronger base to build on. So which one will it be for you?